All right, Algebra 2, quick review, basic sine and cosine graphs. All right, so you've got to know your pattern for the basic sine. And so you got to think of these key points. You have to understand that the sine always starts at 0. So that's a start. At the first quarter mark, it's at a max. At the halfway mark, it's back to 0 or the rest position. At the 3/4 mark, it's at a minimum. And then it ends up back at rest. And there is your basic sine wave pattern. Okay? And so if you understand that, then it's easy to graph. All right, so I look at the problem down below. It says y equals 3 sine x. So our understanding is this, that 3 is the amplitude. So now this sine wave has a max of 3 and a min of 3. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3. So there's my max. 1, 2, 3, negative 3. There's my min. Okay, I need to break up my graph into quarters. And so I'm going to call this 90, 180, 270, 360. Okay, I'm not going to worry about 540 yet. Let's just graph the sine over 360. Okay, so again, it starts at the rest position 0. At the first quarter, it's a max. Halfway, it's in the rest. 3/4, it's at a min. Then it's back up to rest. Okay, just connect these points with a smooth curve. And there's the sine wave 0 through 360. All right, I got to go to 540. So let's do the next 90 degrees. So that's 450. And then the next one gets me to 540. Okay, so again, the first quarter it's a max, and the next it's at rest. And there we go. We are graphed through 540 degrees because I know the basic sine graph. Let's do the same thing with the cosine. All right, so again, you have to understand the basic pattern for the cosine. Well, the cosine starts at a max. So cosine starts at a max. It then goes first quarter at 0 or rest. Halfway it's at a min. Third quarter back to rest. And finishes off at a max. All right, so if I'm going to draw this, it's going to look something like this. Again, trying to make a smooth curve. And that's how it's going to look. All right, so our example here of y equals 2, or cosine 2 alpha. So in this situation, you have to know that the 2 involves the amplitude. Involves the period. And I know I get 2 waves out of every 360 degrees. Or 360 divided by 2 is a 180 degree period. So I get this wave every 180 degrees. Okay, so with that in mind, then I can graph this one as well. All right, the amplitude is normal, so it's going to be 1. So I'm just going to go 1 and negative 1. Again, I'm going to go 90, 180, 270, 360, only because it says to do so. But watch what happens. The period is 180 degrees. So I really need 4 marks within my 180. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Because that wave is going to happen in there. Okay, so it starts at a max. First quarter at rest. Midway a minimum. Third quarter a max. Rest, and then at the end a max. So watch, I'm just going to reproduce that wave right there. You see it? And now it wants me to go another 360. So again, there's the first quarter, midway, third quarter, and max. And so because you know the pattern, you're able just to keep it going. And there's the graph of the cosine. Hey, what's the key to everything? Know your patterns. Know the pattern for the sine. Know the pattern for the cosine. You can then make amplitude adjustments and period adjustments, and away you go.